Welcome everybody to the KIMBALL HOOKER Show. I'm KIMBALL HOOKER. I have my special guest here today. We're going to get into it, but first I just want to let everybody know today is all about love, and we're sharing love today and making sure that we tell everybody that if you love somebody, just tell them. It's you know what I mean? Just let them know that you mean so much to them, the things that they've done for you, and and just being blessed and thankful to share, and sharing is caring. Right? All right. So I want to get into it today. My special guest, she's gleaming from me right now with her big, beautiful smile. I want to introduce Victoria Thúy Vi.
Hello, everybody. I'm so honored to be here, and I'm so happy to see you again. I'm excited to share more about myself with you all.
You know what? I'm looking at you, right? I'm trying to remember, like, all I see is the other girl from a long time ago, and I'm like, wow, she's sprouted up like a tree, right? I just want to start from the beginning. Like, where did your artistic musicality come from? Is it in the family? Are you like the one that just sprouted out and did music on your own? Can you kind of bring us back and talk to us a little bit about that?
Definitely. So my mom, she's Vietnamese. In Vietnam, she used to sing in choirs at church, but she never did anything solo or really pursue music in any way. My dad, he cannot sing, but he used to play a lot of instruments in high school, and so when my brother and I were born, I would always sing around the house. My brother would sing around the house. We both are just passionate about music. At the age of 4, I wrote this song.
Okay.
When I was in the bathtub, it was called "Take a Bath."
Take a Bath.
My dad took a video and put it on YouTube, and that's kind of when my dad realized I really wanted to sing. I just enjoyed it so much, and my brother and we started piano lessons around 4 or 5 years old, and then after that, I started dance lessons at 6. We both started Taekwondo also at 5. We were very busy kids, and then around 7 or 8, we started violin lessons. And we were just always doing things. And then when we started Vietnamese school at the age of 5, I was told by one of my teachers, she said, I'll give you extra credit if you go on stage and sing in front of the entire class for this year.
Wow.
For our event, for Christmas. And I said, I'll take the extra credit, right? So I went on stage, and that was my first time ever performing in front of
How old were you?
I was 6.
6 years old? Oh, wow.
And it was a class of about, I don't even know, there was at least 300, 400 people there that day. And something about me was I never struggled with stage fright. I always loved being in front of people. I was very vocal as a kid. All of my teachers knew that.
So it came natural for you?
Yeah, I loved being in the spotlight as a kid. So after that, I was discovered, and I started performing around San Jose, around the Bay Area. And yeah, just from then it kept moving forward. My brother and I, we both did a lot of musicals and plays growing up. We're both very passionate about music, and I was so grateful to have my parents who supported me so much.
I have to say that's big, just to have your parental support, right? Because a lot of people want to do music, a lot of kids, and without parental support, you can shy away from it or go, well, maybe it won't happen. It's not for me. But I like the fact that, your dad supports you big time. Your mom supports you big time, right? And then your brother's into music as well, right? All that helps. All that is promoting yourself. And then it gives you encouragement too. Definitely. So, you're like this person of, big talent in the Bay Area here, and I know abroad as well. You have a huge community of people that support you. Can you tell us a little bit about like how you transitioned into singing like different songs, like song choices, and like either covers or even original songs?
Definitely. So growing up, before I performed for the first time, I would only sing in English because I only knew English at the time. I would just sing English around the house. And then when I started Vietnamese school and was asked to sing, I sang. That was my first time singing in Vietnamese. And from then, I just continued to perform in Vietnamese only. For a few years, it was strictly Vietnamese, and if not Vietnamese, then I was singing the national anthem in English. And over time, I realized that I could do both. I didn't just have to sing in one language in front of a specific crowd of people. So I started to broaden the music I was singing. At the age of about 10 or 11, I met my current vocal coach, Pasquale Esposito.
Okay.
And that's when I started learning Italian, Neapolitan,
Oh
Latin,
my gosh.
French, just a lot of languages. And he actually had me come out to Italy with him. And at the time I was 12. I'd only been with him for a few months. And he knew how passionate I was and just wanted to give me more opportunities. So he took me to Italy with him for his PBS special.
Nice.
And I got to perform in Italy, in Italian.
Wow.
And the people in Italy thought I could speak fluently. After I came off the stage, everyone was coming up to me speaking super fast. I didn't know what to say because I didn't understand it.
Right.
I could just only sing in it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. You know, you're making me look bad right now. I only speak, I'm still working on English right now. And this girl's speaking, like, how many languages do you speak?
So I can speak in 3, English, Vietnamese, and Spanish.
Okay.
And then I can sing in 7.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, did you teach yourself?
No.
Okay.
Vietnamese, I went to Vietnamese school. Spanish, I started Spanish in the 7th grade.
Okay.
And then I went all the way up to AP Spanish through high school as well. And then Latin, Italian, Neapolitan, those languages, French, those were all taught to me by
amazing.
my Italian vocal coach.
And you can write it as well?
I can read it.
You can read it.
But I can write it, but I can't just write it from memory because I don't really know the words and the meanings and everything yet. But I'm working on learning Italian right
There's
now.
time for that.
Yeah.
That's coming. There's time for that. Wow, that's amazing. So what do you see like down the road for yourself? I mean, have you said, I'm going to sing English or I'm going to sing, have you like said what you're going to like narrow it down to?
Yeah, I mean, my parents and I have had that conversation a lot just because I feel like most artists have one main focus or one main genre of music. But over the years, I've just been so broad in terms of the different performances I've done, the different events I've done, the different crowds I've performed to. So I think it would be so hard for me not to just stick to one. I don't think I could ever do that.
What does your gut tell you?
My gut tells me well, it's hard to say.
Hard to say, huh?
I think for me, English and Vietnamese are my main languages to sing in.
Fluent?
Definitely. Yes,
Okay.
I'm fluent in both. But I think, just recently I had my album release event the past year, and it was majority Vietnamese and then probably Vietnamese and then English, American people, right? And I sang in English, Vietnamese, and then I pulled out O mio babino caro, which is an Italian song, and everyone was just blown away. Everyone was so happy that I was bringing other languages into the performance, and I think that made me realize that even if you're performing to a crowd of Vietnamese people, you don't just have to sing in Vietnamese.
They still appreciate you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. They love your voice. Your vocals are so strong. I see you have is this your record here? Your CD here?
I just released.
Talk to us a little bit about it. What's the name of it?
This is Hoa Tiếng Người Xưa. It's my 3rd Vietnamese album. I recorded it with Dom Sun in LA.
Okay.
He is the main producer for most of the records made by Thúy Vi Paris by Night, which is a huge record label down in LA that I was actually signed with after the competition I did in 2015.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm so proud of this. This took 2.5 years.
Oh my goodness.
To create, and I'm just so happy with the outcome, and I'm glad it's been getting so much love by the Vietnamese community.
Nice.
And more.
Where
So
can they find this at?
you can find this on any music platform. It's on Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify. You
Okay.
just look up my name, Victoria Thúy Vi, and it should come up.
Okay, gotcha. And do you have any social media?
Yes, it's I'm on Twitter as Victoria Thúy Vi, on Instagram as Victoria Thúy Vi, and I'm on Facebook as well with my name.
With your name on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How many songs do you have on there?
10 songs.
10 songs. Is it a combination? What are the languages?
It's all Vietnamese.
It's all Vietnamese.
Yes.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow. And now they're original, right?
No, these are actually covers.
They're covers. Okay.
So most of these songs are actually from before 1975. I love singing the older songs.
I was gonna say you weren't here yet. How did you go? Okay, so you have to take me back. So you're so young, but how did you end up, growing to love, say, older music versus, the music of your generation?
I think I was always surrounded by it, and I feel so much more from music in past generations. I mean, when you hear a song by, I mean, I could go through a list of people.
Like, who are some of your influences?
Amy Winehouse.
Oh.
Stevie Wonder, Whitney Houston, Beyonce. I mean, the list goes on, but even going further back, like Percy Sledge and...
What did you say? How you know who Percy Sledge is?
When a Man Loves a Woman.
Right, exactly. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I love older music. I mean, I've been surrounded by it. My dad has got me into a lot of different kinds of music and styles. And even my aunts and uncles, they've given me song recommendations, and I listen to them every day. I mean, Johnny Taylor.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's going way back there. That's blues. So it's not just different genres as well, right?
Yes. That's the thing. I tend to stick to a few genres in terms of singing, but listening to music, I listen to every genre in the book.
Right.
When you listen to my playlist, it switches so
it's all over the
often.
place, huh?
All over the place. But I find beauty in every genre, and
right.
in every song. It has its own beauty. So I just love music.
Wow, you've come a long way since the what was that, the float?
Yes.
That we did? Wasn't that fun though?
That was so much fun. We were in the Rose, White, and Blue parade.
That's crazy, huh?
4th of July.
I have to take my little kudos. I played drums for her, you guys.
Yes.
At the where was that again? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It was at the Rose Garden.
It's a Rose Garden downtown. Was it San Jose, right?
I think so. And I had a float. And
she was like, "Don't say that."
Yeah, we were on a float. I was singing. I sang for like 2 hours.
It was like the national anthem. You know, all I remember from that, Victoria, everywhere, every corner we hit. That's all I remember. I'm like, wait a minute.
How do you know her?
She's like 10.
Yeah, I was so young at the time, and I mean, I couldn't have done it without you.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. No, but you are the star, though. You're still a star. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. What do you see for yourself for future?
So, I'm moving into kind of finding my own voice, finding exactly what I want for my journey going forward. Right now, I'm at San Jose State, and I am a music major.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and so I think through that, I'm kind of realizing exactly what I want to do in terms of music alone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my dream has always been medical school,
right,
become a doctor.
Right.
But I think I'm realizing how much more there is that I can do in music.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm working on maybe writing some songs soon, trying to produce some things, just trying out new things, and just seeing what else is in store for me.
Right. What about instruments? Do you play any, like, piano or any instruments?
So I play the piano and I play the violin.
Okay.
I want to learn the guitar. I've tried, but I typically have my nails done because my mom owns a nail salon, so it's hard to play the
That's
guitar.
Convenient, right? That's pretty convenient.
It is. But my brother plays the guitar very well.
Oh, right.
So,
nice. He can show you.
yeah, I've been asking him to.
Right? So do you use the piano to write at all?
So that's definitely my main place to go.
Mm-hmm.
That's where my creative juices flow.
Right. Okay.
So I love playing the piano. It's just always been something I've been super passionate about, and so I think that's definitely going to be one of the first starts for me when it comes to working on some new music and new songs.
Got it. What about a band? Do you do live instrumentation, or do you do more like track shows?
I normally perform with live bands.
Mm-hmm.
What I like about that is you have the freedom to take the song wherever you want it to go.
Right.
I mean, when you're on a track, you just have to sing it however.
It's already pre-structured.
Exactly.
Right.
You can't have fun with it.
Right.
But when I'm with a band, I can hold a note longer. I can add some things to just, try new things, as I was saying before. Just being able to have fun on stage, and that's my favorite part about it.
Right. No, I understand that dynamic is so special and so unique, right? Because there's a lot of impromptu that happens live on stage, and they're like, did they do that at rehearsal? No, because you can play around with the musicians and they can work with you and you can work with them, right? And it feels good, to take your music in a whole different direction. Well, I want to take a break. We're going to take a short 15-minute break here, and we have our special guest, Victoria Thúy Vi, and we'll be right back.
thank you to the City of Montessorino for their continued support of KCAT Public Media. The City of Montessorino has enabled KCAT to inspire, educate, entertain, and inform our community through the magic of television and digital media for over 38 years. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Kimball Hooker Show. We are back. We have our special guest, Miss Victoria Thúy Vi. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy to have you here right now. Before we start talking a little bit more about what's in store for your future, what you see for your future, tell me a little bit about some of the languages that you are more passionate about. I know you speak in English and Vietnamese, but if I wanted a sample of something, say live, would you be open to singing for us live?
Of course.
You know you have a huge fan base. We got to bring her on. We got to bring her on, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to. I definitely sing in, I think most of my shows are Vietnamese shows. I sing in Vietnamese most often. And then after that, it would probably be English and Italian. So those are my 3 main languages. And then I like to mix the other ones in for fun once in a while.
Oh, that's interesting. I wouldn't even know what you're saying, but it just sounds good, you know? So if you wanted to sing something live for us, would you be open to that?
Sure,
Let's hear it.
So I'll sing one of the songs for my album in Vietnamese. I will sing a little bit of Hà Nội mùa vắng những cơn mưa.
I will not attempt to say that.
Hà Nội mùa này vắng những cơn mưa, cái rét đầu đông khăn em bay hiu hiu gió lạnh.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know what you said. I'm like, wait a minute, what happened?
So that's one of my favorite songs on the album.
Wow, that's beautiful.
It's about Hanoi, which is a place in Vietnam, and they're talking about how it's missing the rain, because apparently rain is like a very common thing in Hanoi.
Okay.
And that kind of relates to a love story that's embedded into the lyrics, which I
wow.
Like
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. I love the fact that when you sing, you're emotional, right? You're very passionate about when you get into character. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just passing you by. Right. I love that because that tells me you're authentic. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
We've never had on the Kimball Hooker Show anyone singing a different language. So you definitely get that. If we had a trophy, you would get it.
Thank you.
Yeah. In English, did you care to sing anything in English?
Sure, let's do it. I'll sing Unchained Melody. It's a classic one.
All right.
Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch a long, lonely time.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That's incredible that you could just switch up like that and you know what you're saying, you know the keys, the range, that's you got a long way, and you're so young too. That's like,
I've been doing it for so long now.
Right.
I think it's just second nature in a way.
First nature for you. It's not second, no, it's first nature for you. Wow, that's amazing. Where can people go to, like, do you have a website where people can like go to see any upcoming dates, concert dates, anything that happen like that?
Yes, so I always post upcoming events that I'll be performing in or recaps of things that I did on my Facebook, Victoria Thúy Vi McDowell, and then I have a website which is www.victoriathuyvi.com, and on there you should be able to order my album very soon, and yeah, that's kind of...
When is the release date?
So it's actually already released.
Oh, it's already released?
Yes.
Oh, gotcha. Online?
Yes.
Okay,
right now
gotcha.
It's online. You can get physical copies, but you can send me a message on Facebook, or you can email me at victoriathuivimcdowell@gmail.com.
Okay. And as far as merch, hats, t-shirts, I know you have all that for your fans. I know that.
So I actually haven't come out with anything yet, merch-wise.
Oh, okay.
I want to. I do. I've had other people come out with things of me.
Wait a minute. Isn't that in reverse? Aren't you supposed to be the first to come out with your own merch?
I know. I haven't even even know it was happening. I just
Because
found
you're a
it
star.
online.
Because you're a star. I'm serious. It's like, I totally remember coming around those corners, Victoria! I'm like, oh my gosh. You know, that little float we were on was shaking like that.
I know.
That's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, so many people came out that day to support me, and I was so grateful for it. I mean, the years after, I went back to the parade for my pageant. So I was just in a convertible waving to everyone.
Wow.
With my crown and everything, because I'm Miss Teen Vietnam USA 2019. And it was definitely different, because I kind of missed the fun of the
interaction like that.
Yeah.
Well, take us back. I want to know, like, take me back to 2015 when something really, really big happened. Can you share with us a little bit about that?
Definitely.
That was huge for you.
It was kind of the breaking point in my career. Leading up to that, I had just come back from Vietnam, recorded my 2 first Vietnamese albums.
Okay.
At the age of 11.
Wow.
And then I heard about a competition with Thúy Vi Paris by Night, the record label I was talking about earlier.
Okay.
And it's down in LA, and they had a competition called V-Star Kids. So a lot of people were saying I should just give it a shot and see what happens. I ended up competing, and I won most emotional vocals.
Nice.
And was signed with them for a year. So I made it to top 10 through that. So I was signed with them for a year. I was going down there very often for interviews and all of their shows that they produce. And I'm in a few of their DVDs now. And I mean, that was just crazy at the age of...
So that was like a turning point for you.
Huge turning point. I mean, a lot of the videos that they've posted of me performing on their stages have 2 million views.
Wow.
I mean, that was really when I could just really see the change in terms of when I'd come back to San Jose and I'd do a show here. I mean, the difference in the way I was appreciated by the audience.
Right.
It was just huge, and it was a big deal for me. I mean, at that age too.
Right. It's a lot to take in.
It was.
I understand.
And the thing is, also for me, I don't talk about my journey in music at school. Right now I do, because I'm a music major, of course, but back in middle school and high school, no one knew I was a singer.
And why is that?
I think that I was kind of living a double life, honestly. I think I didn't know what reaction I'd get from people, because I did get differing reactions from people at times. And I was just keeping it private at the time. And when I would let people know, it was just, we were young. So
right.
It was hard. And so I just kind of kept it to myself. And then I didn't start really showing my performance and singer side until junior year of high school, because I switched from being in orchestra to being in the choir, because the choir teacher begged me to join. So I joined choir, and I started performing the national anthem for all of their football games and their soccer games here. And that's when people were finding out about who I really was behind the scenes.
Being so young, do you ever find that, being so young, that it's hard to keep friends with doing music and being as talented as you are, being as versatile as you are? And I'm going to drop something on you, right? So sometimes people get intimidated. Yeah. Okay. And what happens is they really do like you. They really do. But because they don't have what you have and they don't know how to express themselves, especially because they're so young. At that age, you can't have come into yourself at 9, 10, 11 years old, right? So you're still learning who you are. Do you find that sometimes just even keeping friends, because you're on this huge journey, this huge path of success, and they're young, but they still see it.
Right.
They know, right? They see the reaction. They don't get reactions like that. Right.
It was definitely hard going through school, just because, I was busy all the time. I was always traveling places and doing shows, so I didn't really have the time to hang out with people as much as I probably would have wanted to. So I kind of just stuck with my small group most of the time, and they knew about my performances, and I kept them around because they did support me in the ways that I needed them to or wanted them to.
Right.
And the thing is too, I don't think comparing success is a good thing to do at all. And a small success to someone can be huge for them, right?
Of
But
course.
it could be small for me, right?
Of course.
So if anything that like a friend of mine accomplishes that they're proud of, I'm proud of it for them.
Of course.
And so I think being able to reciprocate that energy is really important in a friendship, in a relationship. So
You know what I like about you the most, honestly? I mean, you're very talented, beautiful inside and out. You know what I like about you the most, honestly? You're humble. That sticks out. Yes, absolutely. Because there's so many people that they have big talent, right? And they don't even know how to like handle their own talent, right? And so a lot of people shy away from those people because they're not humble. You know, everyone likes someone who's easy to talk to, fun, easy to get along with, right?
Yeah.
That's you. That's
Thank
it. You wear it well. You wear it well.
Thank you so much.
You know,
I appreciate that.
yeah. That I personally think that's going to take you a lot further, because there's a lot of singers.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of talented people. I don't know anyone that sings in 7 different languages, but there are a lot of really good singers. But the fact that you're so humble and you have your dad here and you have your mom supporting you as well, and your brother, and you know, you have so many fans that root you on. I believe that honestly, you're going to go really, really, really far, because I know that when you're humble, people are more willing to reach out to you.
Thank you so much.
You know,
I
yeah.
really appreciate that.
Definitely.
That's definitely something that I try to always hold close to me. I mean, I don't think I've never really had the need to flaunt the
Right.
things that I've accomplished or done in my past, because what I'm doing right now in the present is more important.
Right, right. Tell us about some other large or extravagant things that have happened to you. I mean, like, wouldn't you say something about 2019?
2019. Yes, that's when I won the pageant.
Right.
I became Miss Teen Vietnam USA. That was a huge turning point as well.
How old were you?
2019, I think 15, 16, something like
Wait a minute. Where did time go?
that. It flew away.
Right?
It really did.
That's amazing. Okay, so how did you how did it come about that you were even a part of that contest?
So, at the time I was performing a lot and my popularity was growing in the Bay Area. So a lot of people were telling me about this pageant that was coming up and that I should try it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I never really saw myself as a pageant girl. So I wasn't really looking into it too much. But then I realized being able to have a platform like that and
Mm-hmm.
be like have a voice to share my opinion and represent the pageant, as well as just be a good, how do I say this, a good role model to
Mhm.
the younger generation.
Right.
I thought of it as a really great opportunity. So, I mean, I thought, why not try it out? And I tried it. I didn't think I was going to win, to be honest with you. Because I was, I don't know.
Why didn't you think you would win? Why not?
Well, because the other girls there were also, they were beautiful. They were great girls. I mean, I made great friends out of the pageant. I really did. I was just grateful to be there and be able to try something new.
That's why you won, because you're humble. You see how that works? Because you're humble. Yeah, that's what humble is. That's the perfect description of humble. You're telling everyone about how beautiful the other people are, but yet people see the beauty in you. That's humble. Yeah, that's what takes you so far. That's amazing. I love the fact that, you know, you embrace what God gave you, you know, and you're not sitting back on it saying, well, you know, because there's a lot of people that can do things, but they don't take advantage of it. They sit on their talent.
Definitely, and I think challenging myself is something I love to do, and the pageant was a huge challenge for me. I mean, most of the girls actually, I mean, all of the girls spoke in English,
Right.
maybe a little bit of Vietnamese, but I did the entire pageant in Vietnamese.
Oh, wow.
Start to finish. I didn't do anything in English. And I think that was also a factor that played in my victory. But, I mean, that was so hard for me, just because you pick a random question, you have to answer it. Just being able to understand the question itself can be really difficult.
Right.
And then speaking on it and answering correctly is a huge thing. So that was a big challenge for me, and that helped me a lot with interviews in the future and just becoming more fluent and practicing with my mom. But at the time, I was already a assistant teacher at my Vietnamese school, because after I graduated in 2018, I stayed back to help and teach the kids. So being able to challenge myself with a language that I saw myself as fluent in was great, because I realized how much more I could do.
Do you like teaching?
I do. I love kids. I mean, when I was looking into becoming a doctor, my main goal was to become a pediatrician, actually.
Okay.
I love working with kids, and I mean, that's definitely going to be a part of my future. However, I may embed it into my journey. I know it'll definitely
Being a doctor or teaching? Or both?
Just working with children
and
kids. And I love being able to be a role model and just help kids. I mean, even when I was a kid, I was helping kids. I mean, in elementary school.
Got it.
Elementary school, I was in 4th grade, and I was one of the people that would take the time out of my lunch to just help the kids in 2nd grade read that were struggling with reading.
See, that's in you. See, that you can't teach. That's just something that's innately in you. Yeah. It's an instinct to just, because certain things you have the gift, but again, no one can force that out of you. Right. It has to be something you'd be willing to share. Right? Oh my gosh, you're amazing. Amazing. Yeah. So the road is so far, but you're just trucking on down the road, and you're just like knocking these things out the park.
Learning as I go.
Learning as you go. Exactly. I have to say, and I'm just on repeat mode right now, but I love the fact that your parents are involved, because that's where it's at.
I'm so lucky.
So it's absolutely very fortunate, very blessed with that, because you're not alone. You know, and so you have questions and you're going through things, especially because you're growing, you're so young, and you have your emotions that are tied into this thing too, with pageants and contests and you know, things like that, and you're a part of so many different facets of life, and you need your parents' support.
Definitely. And they've taught me so much, and I think since I had a very different childhood than they had, I think I even taught them something in a way, in terms of like what can happen during your childhood, right? I mean,
right.
As someone that wasn't just a normal kid that went to school, I mean,
right.
I also I was just so busy all the time, and I think that's what my dad wanted for me and my brother. He wanted us to strive for more and be the best that we could be.
Right.
And those morals always stick with me, and so I'm so fortunate with my parents, and the fact that they still support me in every way, and they're always there for me when I need them, and helping me with things that they've been through themselves. I mean, going into college, turning 18, I mean,
right.
all of that has been crazy for me.
Right,
so
right.
Being able to get their advice, it's just
right. That's
awesome.
Exactly. So talk to me a little bit. I want to cover one more thing. Talk to me a little bit about when COVID first hit, and how did that affect you?
Travel. That was the thing that really hurt, not being able to travel anymore, because at the time, 2018 was when I was really traveling a lot.
Okay.
It was 2018, 2019, and then right before COVID, I went to Canada a few times. I went to New York. I was just traveling all the time. I went to Texas a lot, and that's always something I've loved.
Mm-hmm.
But that being stripped away from me for so long was really hard, because I had so many shows planned as well. And that's kind of when I had to move into the social media aspect, virtual aspect. Did a lot of virtual shows at the time. I'm so happy that things are opening back up now, and I'm back on stage again, because I really miss being in front of a crowd.
Right?
Really did.
It's a breath of fresh air, right? You didn't know you missed it till it was gone.
Exactly.
Right? It's a big deal.
It's so different. I mean, at the beginning of the pandemic, I would perform on a stage with a live band with no one in the room.
Wow.
And even that just didn't feel right, because I think my main thing when I'm on stage is connecting with the audience.
Right.
I like to look into their eyes and see how they are taking in the story that I'm trying to tell them with the song I'm singing.
Right. And when that's missing, it's like, it's not the same, huh?
It's not. It's very different. So I'm happy to be in front of people again and sharing more of my talent and more of the backstory that I want to share.
Nice.
With people.
Well, we're all waiting to see what's going to happen for you. And we are so delighted to just have you here on the show, KIMBALL HOOKER Show. Can you plug yourself one more time before we get out of here?
Yes, definitely. You can find me on Instagram at Victoria Thúy Vi, and that same you can find me on Facebook and Twitter and TikTok. Victoria Thúy Vi McDowell on TikTok, actually. And then I have my website, www.victoriathuyvi.com. And you can also find me on YouTube under Victoria Thúy Vi and on Spotify, Apple Music to listen to my current album as well as my first and second albums as well.
Hold it up.
Oh.
And there you guys have it. Kimball Hooker Show, my special guest, Victoria Thúy Vi. You guys check her out at all her locations that she just mentioned. Check out her brand new CD where you guys can go there and check out her on Apple Music, Amazon, Spotify, all over the world. She's world renowned. She's my friend. I'm so happy to have her on the Kimball Hooker Show. Subscribe, share, comment. Tell us what you think about the show. Stay tuned till next time. Kimball Hooker, and we're out of here.
You just heard the Kimball Hooker Show here on KCAT Radio. Explore all our KCAT original programming at kcat.org/radio.